everybody. I know it's been long overdue. I've been busy as usual. So today I'm going to get this thing over and do the almost end of summer Q&A. So I have selected some of the questions for this video. So for those of you who have submitted the questions, thank you very much. So starting off with, as usual, Logan Hinton. He wants to know, I'm back again. My question to you is, what is the best gimmick in wrestling right now? So I was about to say The Undertaker has the best gimmick, but in terms of the current time, Undertaker has already passed his prime, and I gotta select someone who's currently using the gimmick. Whether or not it's in AEW, I'll have to pick Broken Matt Hardy because his gimmick is absolutely wonderful. Card Tricks 4 wants to know, what got you to start watching WWE? Wow. So this is pretty funny. Okay, before WWE, when I was a little baby, I actually started watching World Wrestling Federation, known as WWF. There was 1 year before they changed it to WWE after they lost the lawsuit to the Panda Bear. So 2001 is the year I started watching WWF, well, part-timely, until somewhere 2006 or 2007 I started watching WWE full-time. KRS Studios wants to know, here's my question. If you could work with any wrestling company, who would it be and why? Well, I will have to say All Elite Wrestling because, well, look on the bright side. I have my own creative freedom. I can have my own gimmick. I can voice more of myself whenever I'm cutting a promo. And simply because I would love to work for a company that's in TV 14. Aiden Wrestling wants to know, back at it with multiple questions. 1. What is your favorite GTS storyline and why? 2. You can either delete the YouTube title or delete the GTS title from history. Oh my. I honestly don't have a favorite GTS storyline, but for now I think I'll stick with GTS versus RWA Battle of the Warehouse. Even though it's actually better than the GTS versus AWE. And the second question.
Well, before I answer that question, I wanted to explain something I would want to suggest. I realized that the YouTube title is meant to be the YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship. It was originally meant for someone like Grimm, who has the most collection of wrestling figures on YouTube before he made his own popular reality wrestling show. For that, here's my real theory question. Should the YouTube Championship be renamed to a different name since the title is meant for GTS wrestling but not for the battle between action figure collectors if you have the title name YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship? In my opinion, I would honestly suggest rename it to GTS YouTube Championship, but more of an equal prestigious next to GTS Championship, because is there any point having the title name YouTube Wrestling Figures Heavyweight Championship where most of the guys on the roster don't even collect wrestling figures? But what about the GTS Heavyweight Championship? Let's be honest, there are many countless of GTS stars who weigh less than 205 pounds, and I don't know if there's any point of labeling the name, we'll say the insert name Heavyweight Championship. And no, I'm not trying to discriminate against junior heavyweight or cruiserweight wrestlers. They are very wonderful and tremendous talented people, and I'm just making those points that I felt like the name should honestly be more specific if we want to present the product the right way. I mean, people don't often to say GTS Heavyweight Championship, but it's mostly and simply GTS Championship. I thought maybe one day, if Grimm would ever decide to change the title name for the championship belt, I think it would be a great time to change the YouTube title name, particularly the GTS YouTube Championship. That way, when you have the GTS Championship, it should be renamed to GTS World Championship, and these two titles would still be an equal level of prestigious. And another question is that should the Intercontinental and United States Championship should be an equal quality level of prestigious, just like the YouTube and GTS Championship? I wouldn't want to start calling the word mid-card championship, because I'm starting to not like the word mid-card or lower card championship. It would take away the level of prestigious, which makes any secondary or second tier championship look very weak and meaningless. Because think of Intercontinental, United States, NXT North American, Cruiserweight, and TNT Championship, and don't even think about calling those mid-card titles, because otherwise you would know that Cody Rhodes doesn't like the name mid-card because it would sound weak and meaningless. If I would suggest changing the major title name for GTS Top Championship, it would be GTS YouTube Championship and GTS World Championship, with an elevated quality of prestigious. So that's my suggestion. Let me know your thoughts. As for the second question from Aiden Wrestling, I would say that the YouTube title Grimm created several years ago should not be snapped into a disappearance from the history book. So that's my answer.
France Brown wants to know, okay, I'm gonna try my best to say this. If you were WWE GTS, and I believe that's AEW champion, you have to face someone. Who would it be? Okay, so I'll just stick with the WWE GTS and AEW. If I were a champion, who I want to face. For WWE, I would love to face Daniel Bryan. For GTS, I would love to face Hollywood Hooligan. For AEW, I would love to face Jon Moxley in an unsanctioned match. Lights out. Jeremy G wants to know, first, your awesome, great videos. Thank you very much. I have two questions. One, what do you think about Bayley turning her back on Sasha Banks? 2, what do you think about Doo-Hop becoming the GTS Messiah? For the first question, it's about damn time. It's been long overdue that we're going to see this rivalry between Bayley and Sasha Banks. How long has it been? Long overdue? We were supposed to have a rivalry between these two back in 2018. Fortunately, we didn't get that. I remember these two had a rivalry back in NXT, but this time, things has gone changed in 2020. And what do I think about Doo-Hop becoming a messiah in GTS? Well, honestly, I know it's a parody gimmick, but whenever I think about it, I always think of, man, why does GTS kept parodying those WWE gimmicks? There are some other companies has been ripping off of WWE gimmicks. Just look at WCW 2000. For Doo-Hop becoming a GTS Messiah, if he wants to become a Messiah, I think it would have been better if he would grow his hair all the way down to his neck. That way, he can look himself in the mirror as CrossFit Jesus. Last question from the Lifelong Wolf. Do you really think that WWE is heading in the right direction with their product? Also, what do you think about Chris Jericho stating WWE NXT is retreating to Tuesdays because AEW is better? I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's going on with WWE right now, but their product, it's just not the same, honestly. And if it was 2016, I will still enjoy it. Right now, it's just boring, honestly. I mean, if you compare it to WCW 2000, it was pure shit. I mean, thanks to Vince Russo, bro. when you look at WCW 2000, you see constant world title change and swerves where nobody understands how would this happen. It was written by Vince Russo, bro. But for WWE's current product, you look at Vince McMahon, who is still around at the age of 75. And also, yeah, I heard about the third-party platform Twitch or Cameo and Pro Wrestling Tees. The third-party platform are banned from WWE, and that is quite a shame. Unless you're using a real name, not the stage name that you're using on WWE television. And on top of that, I don't think that WWE is going in the right direction. Oh bro, how about this? Maybe it'll be better if they could bring back the Attitude Era. No, that's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna work like 20 years ago. So, yeah. And what do I think about Chris Jericho stating NXT is retreating to Tuesday because AEW is better? Well, let me be honest. I would love to see NXT move to Tuesday night, mainly because, well, okay, it's kind of a bad idea because you have Impact Wrestling on Tuesday night. So I would say NXT should, I don't know, move to Thursday night, I suppose. Oh wait, NXT UK is back, and I don't think it's gonna happen. So I guess NXT can still stick with Wednesday Night War, and I'm actually enjoying these type of TV war ratings.
If you ask me, do you think AEW is better than NXT? Well, it's pretty obvious that it's only better if you watch wrestling show in TV 14.
So thank you all for asking me those questions for almost end of summer Q&A session. And as for right now, I'll be taking a sabbatical break and I'll be back for about a few weeks. With that said, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Please watch one of my archive videos on YouTube. So thank you, stay safe, peace, and cheers.